Hello, I am Morgana Dragonclaw, and this reading is for client T-031. Alright, now the first question was about subject S. How does subject S currently feel about me? Questions. So the past was a relationship that dissolved. The present is avoidance, and the future. So asking how the subject feels about the client. The memories from the past are still there, but they're not the main focus here. The present is avoidance, and so the person is going to be continuously avoidant. And then when you look at the future of the read, there's the Three of Wands, which has to do with difficult journeys. And then there's the reversal of the World card. This is a clear indicator that there's something else more important on the person's mind, something world-altering, possibly family health issues, or something to do with their own health. Either way, it's that their feelings for you are overshadowed by other issues right now. And that's what I'm definitely seeing for this. If I look into what the issues are, I hit a sort of dead wall. This card doesn't mean that there's death involved in the future. What it means is that the subject doesn't want to reveal whatever it is that they're going through. But it may be some sort of family death. That is also possible. Now, when I look further into that, I see a stopping point. There is something very serious going on in their life currently. I don't want to look further into that, but that is definitely the things that the subject is feeling. And so, overshadowed, not focused. Now, the next thing is question 2. Has the subject completely moved on? Right away I get 3 cards coming up. Is yes. The Ten of Swords has to do with a difficult issue, and the Nine of Swords reversed shows that there was some sort of long set-in anxiety. The structure of it leads towards a future with clearing out old emotions, keeping away from relationships. That's what I see as somebody avoiding relationships. The structure of it would definitely make me say yes. Yeah, there's a lot of forward energy, trying to move forward out of different situations in one's life. That's going to lead them to be seeking new things. What these new things are is new relationships. Yes, the Lover's card. This makes me think that the person is seeking to start new relationships in the future. Now, this is all current and near future. And then the client's next question is number 3. Do me and the subject have a future together, possibly? I would strongly encourage you to move on. is it starts with the death card showing the end of the relationship. The world card reversed shows this ending cycles, trying to break from past life. Strength reversed shows there's no actual way to push this, to make this happen. The structure of it's just not there. And then the Tower is a clear indicator that if you continue to pursue, it will just lead to more despair, that your advances will probably be rebuffed, and this will cause self-doubt and things like that that may lead to troubles in the future. Is there any possibilities of an alternative path? Yeah, so the heartache and emotional pain can be undone, and you can find emotional contentment again in the near future. But it's judgment reversed is the blocking agent. When we have deep emotional connections and then they get stirred up abruptly, when they get strained and you still work with the person, all of this creates a lapse in judgment because the mind starts to experience too much pressure. The thing I see as the cure to get out of this state of judgment relapse is called the Warrior's Grave, and it's the Four of Swords. So if I was going to, and this is clearly a reading on the client's life, that they're going right now from the Three of Swords, and this is swords in the heart, an emotion that has been provoked and now the mind is stuck on it. Is the mind is the sword and the emotions are the heart, and the mind doesn't belong in the heart, so it has to be removed. But it goes from 3 to the 4, and so we're moving into a higher state of mental awareness, a higher state of being. But it comes through this hard lesson that you can't always trust your judgment, and this goes for everyone. But the actual movement from the Three of Swords to the Four of Swords, it's going to have to be done in a just way or a fair way. And what that means is you have to treat yourself with the emotional respect to process all of this. Letting your emotions flow, letting yourself feel what you feel, but not attaching to any of it. That's what the warrior's grave represents. In medieval times, many very famous and renowned generals and warriors would have their graves built before they went off to war, just in case they died. And what they would do is they would ritualistically lay in their own tomb before battle, and this brought them to the worst possible conclusion. Once you're willing to step into the worst possible conclusion, you're able to move forward, and from there your life progresses. But many people hesitate and stay stuck in the same situation because they're not ready to progress the life. But if you do, if you move forward from this, then it's the Chariot. And this is totally different than the beginning of the reading. The Chariot means complete choice, complete mobility. You get powerful decisions to be, you can basically make the decisions in your life that you want to at this point. And that would show that judgment finally corrects itself at this stage. So you have to put yourself into mentally that it's all coming to an end. And that will bring you into a state of mind where you're at more peace. And it's just, I try to see if it can come back, but it doesn't look like it. That's not what I'm reading here. It seems as if there's a complete block on it. Now, this means there's something else for you out there. When I pull what else, it's 10 of Pentacles, happy relationship, legacy, family, this structure of a happy lifestyle, but long term, long stretched out, doesn't take a small amount of time. Patience. Now, the next question the client has is the subject planning to ever reach out or try to repair the relationship and move things forward? No, it looks like the value of this relationship for you was more about a lesson, more about learning something. Temperance reversed and the Sun reversed shows that you put a lot of joy into this relationship, and the emotions were heavy and elevated, but at the end there's this loss of power, a sense of power loss being at the end shows that there was an overinvestment emotionally, and now the client is struggling with that. The actual struggle is doubt. The 8 of Cups represents a sort of giving up, and it's reversed, showing it's not a giving up, but it's a continuing with the energy of giving up. This mindset shows some sort of overvalue of the relationship. Yeah, High Priestess reversed. And so the 1 and the 2 in the major arcana are very important. They have to do with sense of self-identity and sense of connection to the world. When these two are reversed together, it shows someone overstretched. Is 9 of Wands reflects that the same way. Is the effort has gone too far towards other people, and at this point it needs to be turned inward. I will say at this point, normally in readings you do not see as many major cards as have been in your reading. Usually there's more minor cards, but it's all major life events, major life shifts. So I feel the value of this question, and I see that it's important for you to have the answer to it. And the answer is that the simple answer of is she planning to reach out is no. It's this, but this tie to someone else has a valuable lesson in it that's supposed to be helping, and I see that. When you focus this much, it becomes a power that once you learn to turn it around can help shape your life. So there's this deeper, higher relationship meant to be had, and it's not visible to you yet because it's not physical. It's still happening within the soul. It's happening within the self. But it has to do with these two aspects. When temperance is reversed, this means that the internal balance is gone. And when sun is reversed, it means that joy is gone. There's a lacking within. And then the Ace of Cups is using emotional support to hold on to that feeling, to sort of put a band-aid on this for now. But then as you get into the future, things don't change, things are stronger in this sense. The magician is your sense of self-identity and your sense of self-empowerment. And the high priestess is your sense of self-respect. And these two things are two of the most critical functions of what you call the human ego or the personality. So the first thing to do here is to create a strategy to get back this masculine power. Once you have back the masculine power, then you're seeking to draw in the feminine power. And the first thing you'll want to do is reestablish your connection to your own feminine side, but more importantly to the feminine nature itself as a whole. These two forces are the main thing I see that need to be readdressed. I don't see this relationship coming back together. I do see you finding a new relationship, but you have to actually go through the 4 steps. So the Fool card represents letting go. This is the first step towards getting back the masculine spiritual power, is you have to let go of necessity. All of your needs can be met by yourself, and bring that back into the mind, and it'll give you a foundation to come out of this. 2 of Pentacles reversed is a sense of imbalance. You don't have to correct a sense of imbalance. That comes with time and it comes with effort. Then the Knight of Swords comes in. This is relying on friends, making peer connections, establishing someone you can talk about this intellectually with. And then the Moon card. It's another major card. I hope you appreciate how many major cards there are, because it shows that this is significant. You're not supposed to feel lightly about this. This is a heavy topic for you. The Moon has to do with facing your darker emotions. This whole relationship has done you a service by tapping you into your darker emotions. Now all you have to do is bring that into yourself. Embrace your negative emotions and transform them. This becomes a slow process. So all of this can happen quickly, and then you slow down. You slow down and focus on how you feel about things. And that's how you enter the feminine state and start to magnetically draw in your next relationship. The Queen of Wands. And so the person that you're meant to be with at this time in your life is most likely a woman who's either very assertive spiritually, like a spiritual type person, or someone who's very active. The Queen of Wands is also the Queen of Fire, so it means someone active, someone very passionate. They hold the sunflower, representing that they cause other people to be happy. They bring joy towards other people. They're not somebody that's trying to receive joy from someone else. The Queen of Wands also has a shadow. It's the black cat at the foot of the Queen. The Queen of Wands is somebody who's not afraid to show their darker side. And so this means that as you establish the relationship with your own dark side, you're going to most likely encounter someone who is experiencing that as well, and who's going through that. When I think of a time frame, it's going to be a few months. 6 weeks is what I really see. So a 6-week journey of discovering your own emotions, breaking through these boundaries that you have between your emotions, And then coming out on top is Knight of Pentacles, shows a masculine energy who has acquired something. And this is you. So it goes from losing the masculine power to fighting for it, receiving feminine energy as an assist, and then reestablishing your masculine energy with a new relationship. And at that point, you'll find emotional contentment again. The King of Cups represents your final state in the reading, which is to actually be comfortable and content with relationship again. And it's all there. I see so many major cards in the reading, but also there have been court cards all along the way. Kings, knights, queens. The structure shows support. You have support from friends and from people, and that's more about what this relationship was. I do feel strongly that this is true. The relationship was a lesson propelling you towards a better relationship. Now, if I could give you any clues about who this next person is I already saw fiery, but there is indecisive, probably somebody who has their own money. I see that. Queen of Cups reversed, so no mother, lost their mother. Judgment strong. This shows a type of spiritual or religious type of person. Hermit reversed, so very social, very active. The way you'll encounter them is through social engagement. It won't be at the workplace. The workplace is basically like a nest for your relationships, but you have to go somewhere else. When I see the Ace of Swords, it shows the actual relationship is behind the Ace of Swords. Yeah, and then King reversed. So you have to find a place that is like the type of person you would want to be with. If you're looking for an intellectual partner, you should hang out probably get into some classes at college. If you're looking for somebody who's more fun and outgoing, go seek events. Yeah, it's going to repeat that now. It's saying that, yeah, is that you don't have a place that's really suitable to meet the person that you're going to be with. I see that clearly. So you'll want to find some sort of like an event or a group or anything like that that's out of your normal spectrum of things. The thing is that when things aren't working out, it's often because we're not in the right place. And at that point, all of the places you are all the time, you've already been. So you have to introduce something new. Even if it's going and doing the same things but in a different city, this will draw the person in. I can't actually get any physical markers on the person. I can't figure out what they look like. Is youthful, young, and with the fire element coming back again, I would say that they probably don't have children. And the swords reversed again. This is some education. That's what I'll say. Not like a PhD, but like some college. Still in college, doing schoolwork. When it comes to career, it's something like office type work. Working in an office, doesn't like their job, but wands over and over and over again, and swords. And so this shows a very assertive person. I don't want to assume any physical characteristics of them right now because I just don't see any. A very simple one to suggest would be like fiery traits. So piercing eyes, possibly red hair or bright hair or colored hair. A need to be seen in a room. So this could be somebody that would seem very intimidating to approach. But if that does come up, I would suggest that you take the opportunity. All right. So to recap, the feelings are disconnected, and the moved on is a yes. There is a sort of moved on isn't correct. Trying to move on is the better answer to number 2. Trying to move on because there's some critical life issue. When I looked into the future, I saw just these lessons, relationship lessons, and so maybe the relationship was for a purpose and it's already served that purpose. Is she planning to reach out and repair? It does not look like it, and I believe that focusing on that would be unhealthy for you. You want to move on. Now, all of this could lead to things working out much further into the future, but I didn't see that. What I saw was that this could be a lesson for you to find who you actually get along with better. And so that's sort of a not a very happy interpretation, I know that, but it comes with time. The actual structure of your intimate relationships, it seems as if you'll have somebody that you'll be with for a long time, very shortly, within the next 6 weeks or so. And so just go to events that the person that you're currently thinking about isn't at. Find yourself in places where they're not in your mind space, because people hold mental space. They hold space in our minds even when we don't want them to. And this isn't actually good for you. We think it is. We think it's a love or a deep connection, but actually it holds us back at one point. And the cards I saw, especially the Tower and the swords, show that there's not a lot here for you to experience other than resistance. And that resistance is meant to push you towards something better for you. So just keep focused on the future and don't bring other people into it with you. See yourself in the future and attend events that would draw you towards people that you could get along with more easily. Now, this is what I saw in the cards. I am available via my email address, morganadragonclaw@gmail.com, and feel free to contact me within the next 7 days with any other follow-up questions. I don't tend to remember these readings for very long. I do multiple readings a week, and so within the next few days I'll be able to answer any questions on whatever else I saw that you're curious about, and after that it'll slowly become hazy. But I do hope that you appreciate the reading, and thank you for working with us at Goddess I Am, and I'm always here for other readings and charts. Have a good day.